It's not really that surprising that there's a problem with bullying in the Russian army, because it's been ongoing for many, many years. So much so that there's a specific word for it, deduvshina, and it comes oddly from the word for grandfather. But it was common in the Soviet army. It's run through into the modern army. There are several incidents where privates have shot commanders who presumably have been bullying them and making their life intolerable. And the real problem with the Russian army, as it's currently constituted, is that it's a law unto itself, and the civil law, the civil system doesn't really get involved. And if it does, it's a cursory rap on the knuckles. I think all the way through the military system in every country, we need to be on the guard for bullying and abuse, because we're looking at an institution which is defined by authority and by ordering people around, and it's a very small step from that to bullying and persecution. And there are a number of videos circulating. One of a hanged conscript with a note saying that he was raped by Chechens in the army. Again, it's not it's shocking information, but it's not hugely surprising given the ferocity of the Chechen system, and given the impunity of the army system in Russia. So we have that situation, as well as the brutality of the Russian army towards Ukraine, and the knowledge that so many of the Ukrainians are volunteers, where so many of the Russians are either regular Russian army people, mercenaries, or people who have been conscripted into the system. It makes harrowing watching, it makes harrowing reading, and I don't wish to sort of turn people's stomachs, but I think we have to remember that this war, Putin's expedition, Putin's invasion into another country, is not only damaging that other country, is not only damaging Ukraine, is also damaging the core of Russia itself. And there are so many Russians who are quietly biting their tongues and who are trying desperately not to speak out against this war, because they know that will see them in prison, badly fined, or in exile. What on earth do they do? And as in the Soviet Union, they don't really know who they can trust.